Here goes. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus is the capital of Ohio. There's Montgomery, Alabama, south of Helena, Montana. Then
Actually, there's something wrong. Alabama is actually southeast of Helena, not directly under it, because underneath Montana is Helena, Montana is New Mexico, not Alabama.
Denver, Colorado, under Boise, Idaho.
Actually, it's not actually under it again. It's not directly under it, because it's actually southeast.
Texas has Austin, then we go north to Massachusetts.
Actually, it's northeast. It's northeast. So they're probably wrong. They're super duper wrong.
Austin in Albany, New York, Tallahassee, Florida, and Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. is actually the capital of the U.S. And this is only states and capitals. But I know that it's a capital, but it still doesn't count because he needs to mention a state, then a capital. That's what he's been doing most of the time.
Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Nashville, Tennessee. Elvis used to hang out there a lot, you know.
Actually, that is non-topical information because when this was uploaded in 1994, 1995, 1996, he was still living there because he was. And he was a cowboy. And plus, what's on the map here, you can't really see Tennessee. Even though Daddy pointed it like where Oklahoma was. And that's not where it is.
Trenton's in New Jersey, north of Jefferson, Missouri.
Actually, Trenton is actually not north. It's east. It's east.
You got Richmond in Virginia, South Dakota has Pierre, Harrisburg's in Pennsylvania, and Augustus up in Maine, and here is Providence, Rhode Island, next to Dover, Delaware.
Actually, it's a bit of a stretch because, well, on here you don't see Delaware right next to each other. They're not next to each other. They're way too far. They're 3 states apart.
Concord, New Hampshire, just up with Johns, to Montpelier, which is up in Vermont. Hartford's in Connecticut, so pretty in the fall, and Kansas has Topeka, Minnesota has St. Paul. Juneau's in Alaska, and there's Lincoln in Nebraska, and it's Raleigh out in North Carolina, and then there's Madison, Wisconsin, and Olympia in Washington, Phoenix, Arizona, and Lansing, Michigan. Here's Honolulu, Hawaii's a joy, Jackson, Mississippi, and Springfield, Illinois, South Carolina with Columbia down the way, and Annapolis in Maryland on Chesapeake Bay. They have wonderful clam chowder.
That's actually non-topical information because they do, and it's by the coast. Also, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and all the ones that touch the Atlantic Ocean have wonderful clam chowder. So they could have just said they have wonderful clam chowder, but there are clam chowder in other states, and this map is poorly drawn. The Mississippi River does go like that, but Michigan, that part right there, is like super unsketched, and that part is like super extreme. Plus, Canada looks much more smaller on this map, and not all of Alaska is ice.
Cheyenne is in Wyoming, and perhaps you make your home in Salt Lake City out in Utah where the buffalo roam.
Actually, with the buffalo roam, there's a city that controls all the buffaloes, and thus making it non-topical.
Atlanta's down in Georgia, and there's Bismarck, North Dakota, and you can live in Frankfort in your old Kentucky home.
Actually, yes. There are a couple old homes in Kentucky. Just, they're not that old. they're like made in the early 1900s, which means that they're not very old.
Salem in Oregon, from there we joined.
Wait, from there we join. Basically, they don't really need to join the Union because another state is not actually joining the Union. So they can't really join because the states that they're already joined in the Union.
Little Rock in Arkansas, Iowa, Scott, Des Moines, Sacramento, California, Oklahoma, and its city.
At Oklahoma and its city. That means that he just said Oklahoma and one of its cities, not its actual capital. Its capital is Oklahoma City, it's why he said that, but he just said Oklahoma and Oklahoma City and slowed that entire video down so he could say it fast enough. And then, because he didn't really need to say Oklahoma and its city, it means that it has just one city. It's not a capital.
Charleston, West Virginia, and Nevada, Carson City. That's all the capitals there are. Huh?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You failed to put your response in the form of a question.